Thank you very much, Louise. Gail Richardson, you are here. Yay. This is the end of the second round. I'm going to read something then. I say we'd have another round left, and maybe if we do 2.
Oh, cool. Okay.
But then, Louise, if you want to do 3 or 4 or something because you weren't here, I want to give you props for that. So, because I know you were driving out of the way, and so you missed some of this, and so I want to give you that kind of credit. I do. But I'll go with my round before we go on to the next thing. And as I said, I'll put you at the beginning right after John McMullen here. And I thought I would read with you 3 poems that all relate to animals. Mr. Tom Woodruff, who was running the redesign for Animal Tales in 2021, would know some of these. And so there are 3 of them here together in this book, so I'm going to share them with you. This first one, as I said, from the Dirt, about down the Dirt book, 3 things. 3 things. I like to be a cheese ball with my book. This first one is called One Lonesome Whale. After I heard the entire story of one lonesome whale in the Pacific whose mating call was 52 hertz, higher than what any other whale could hear. After I heard the entire story of naval researchers studying this sound for years and learning that only one whale made this mating call. After I heard this entire story, it pulled on my heartstrings, playing a melancholy melody that only I could hear as I fear for this one lost whale. Never knowing the entire story, always feeling neglected, abandoned, and alone. So is this how some sad souls are bound to feel throughout their lives? Will I swim to the deepest depths of the Pacific just so I could find this one lonely creature, so we could be together, but alone, neither one of us able to share our souls? Because hearing the entire story may not make a difference to help the truly unique creatures with their truly unique noises, calling, hoping someone will hear. The weird thing that I wrote that a while ago, but there is a documentary out, like it's just coming out this month that there's this thing, I think it's called like the loneliest whale or something, 52, and I'm like, I've got to find this thing. I have to watch it. Oh my gosh, this just blows my mind. Anyway.
Well, so, one of my poems coming up is a whale poem.
Perfect. But my other 2 are not whale poems. The second one.
Okay.
These are my animal themes. The first one was the whale one. This second one is called Espanola Lore. While docked at Espanola Island, an Ecuadorian local explained that though they were once almost extinct, sea lions here now flourish. But along every beach like this, one rules, whom we call the beach master. What a fun little tidbit, I thought, and then took time for a swim. But 20 yards out, hip deep in the Pacific, I looked to the beach and saw one sea lion testing the domain of the beach master until the beach master charged at the other, who fled into the water straight to me. But unlike the ocean current, the wave of panic washed over me. I knew they weren't after me, so all I could do is stay perfectly still, stare as they approached. They rushed closer. I didn't budge as the fleeing sea lions brushed along my left, and then the pursuant beachmaster brushed along my right. After a moment, I turned to see one beach lion chase the other into the ocean until I could see them no more. Beachgoers were worried about me in that large beast's path, but I knew I was okay. I learned early on not to infringe on others' lives or cultures, and this way we can all learn, love, and flourish together.
Oh.
Yay. Yeah, clap, clap, clap. And this last one, I get to do my vegetarian, I think. This one is titled Until I Choose Life. I wiped my saliva all over the inside of my scuba mask so that it wouldn't fog when underwater. For with only a snorkel, I eventually had to hold my breath and swim past the people before I started counting the number of white-tipped sharks sleeping in a perfect row along the bottom of the Pacific. 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 10, 28, 29, 30. I decided then to stop counting, and my swim mates feared my swimming with so many sharks, but this reminded me of my feet in the water at Paradise Island before it became a commercialized tourist trap, where baby sharks and baby paracudas swarmed my feet. Sure, we took a photo, but that's nothing compared to the experience of love to commune with something that so few can begin to fathom. And with this love, I proudly choose life. I choose life for the orcas and humpback whales, the chinstrap and gentoo penguins, cormorants, gulls and terns, even the elk seeming to sun himself. I choose life for the giant petrels, storm petrels, Nazca birds, finches, even the sea lions and the marine iguanas. I choose life for the deer who approached us as we slept in the grass under stars. I choose life for the bison who passed me on the street, and the buffalo segregated by an electric fence. I choose life for all the mass farmed animals mankind slaughters because they consume death and not life. I choose life because you think I fly in the face of death with the choices I make, but there's no death here. For with this knowledge of these animals, this is how I truly live. Until I choose life. Ones that were pieced together and set for Animal Tales for a couple of years, and I hope you appreciated those. And then I go on to the next round. I say we do two. John F. McMullen, You Will Be Up, and then Louise will be following up. And by the way, my third poem mentioned whales as well, but just in passing. Anywho.
Yeah,
all right, so John, it's yours. Take it all away, my darling.
In that same book, My Life in 2016, there are two poems across from each other, page 40 and 41. One is